Hello, let's do this problem here. We've got consumer surplus, producer surplus, and total surplus. Total surplus is consumer surplus plus producer surplus. So that's what the total is going to be. The concept of consumer surplus is the difference between the willingness to pay or the demand and the price that they actually pay. And then the producer surplus is the difference between the willingness to sell, sometimes thought of as the marginal cost, and the additional, or sorry, the price of the product. So one thing you can do that's like a lot faster is if you have access to a graphing calculator, you can just graph these functions. So this right here is demand, and this is supply. And then the equilibrium price is where they cross. So this would be 57 units. So this is 57, and then 19 is the price. So the consumer surplus graphically is going to be right here, and the producer surplus is going to be right here. Okay. If you had to figure this out algebraically, what we want to know is what is the equilibrium price. So we'll just set QD equal to QS. So it's 152 minus 5P. This is going to solve for the equilibrium price equals 3P. This is 152. I'm just doing the algebra kind of fast here. 8P, and then P is going to equal, let me just make sure with a calculator here, 152 divided by 8 is 19. So the price can be 19, and then you can plug in 19 into either of those functions, and that'll give you the quantity. The easier one is just 19 times 3, and that's 57. So Q equals 57. So consumer surplus is the area of the difference between the reservation price or the top of the demand curve, which you can figure out if you put in a quantity of 0 and then solve for P. It'll be 30.4. So the difference between 30.4 minus 19, it's like the whole setup here, multiplied by 57, because that's the number of units that we're going to get. Okay. And so if we multiply all of that out, 30.4 minus 19 is 11.4 multiplied by 57. You get 649.8, and then we want to multiply that by 1/2 is 324.9. So 324.9. Okay, there's a 5-minute timer on these things, so I'm gonna just do this kind of quick. Okay, so this one is 0.5, and it's the air. We're going from 0 up to 19, so that's 19, and then multiplied by 57 because that's the other end of this triangle here. Producer surplus is going to be a little bit bigger. 57 times 19. And then half of that is 51 point, sorry, 50, sorry, 5,401.5. Okay, and that's the producer surplus. And then if you want total surplus, we're just going to add up both of those numbers together. We get 541.5 plus 324.9, and we get 866.4. 866.4, and that is how you solve for consumer surplus and producer surplus.